Have you ever wondered why lawyers and judges spend so much time debating the meaning of words and laws? Statutes or acts of parliament are a major source of law, but their language is not always straightforward. Words can be ambiguous, have multiple meanings, or even change over time. For example, in South Africa, the word robot refers to a traffic light, not a machine. Because of these complexities, interpretation is essential. Lawyers, judges, and even academics must figure out what the law really means in real-life situations. This process ensures that laws are applied fairly and consistently, even as society and technology evolve. Let's explore how and why this interpretation happens. South Africa, the Constitution is the supreme law. This means that when interpreting statutes, courts must always consider whether the law aligns with constitutional values and rights. Before 1996, courts mainly tried to figure out what Parliament intended. But now the focus is on promoting the spirit and objectives of the Bill of Rights. For example, if a law seems to discriminate unfairly, courts will interpret it in a way that supports equality and justice. The Constitution guides interpretation, but it doesn't mean judges can twist words beyond their reasonable meaning. Instead, they look for interpretations that fit both the language of the law and the values of the Constitution. This approach ensures that laws evolve with society and protect everyone's rights. Courts use several interconnected approaches to interpret statutes. The textual approach looks at the ordinary grammatical meaning of words. The systematic approach reads the law as a whole, considering definitions and context. The purposive approach asks why the law was created, what problem was it meant to solve. There's also the contextual approach, which considers the social and historical background, and the teleological approach, which digs deeper into the statute's broader objective. For example, if a law bans drug peddling on the streets, should it apply to someone selling drugs from a window above the street? The textual approach might say no, but the purposive and historical approaches would say yes, since the goal is to stop drug peddling in public spaces. These methods help courts apply laws sensibly and fairly. Even after using all these approaches, sometimes a statute's meaning is still unclear. That's where presumptions come in. These are common law rules that guide interpretation, like assuming the legislature didn't intend to be unreasonable or to violate international law. For example, if a law doesn't define day, should it mean sunrise to sunset or a full 24 hours? Courts might look at dictionary definitions, context, and the law's purpose. Presumptions also say that laws usually apply to the future, not the past, and that words should have the same meaning throughout the statute. By combining approaches and presumptions, courts can resolve ambiguities and ensure laws are applied as intended, protecting fairness and justice for all. Interpreting statutes is both an art and a science. It requires understanding language, context, purpose, and constitutional values. By using different approaches and relying on legal presumptions, courts ensure that laws remain relevant and just even as society changes. Whether you're a law student, professional, or just curious, knowing how statutes are interpreted helps you appreciate the complexity and importance of legal reasoning. Next time you hear about a court case hinging on the meaning of a single word, you'll know there's a whole process behind that decision, one that balances language, logic, and justice.